In the previous videos, we have seen the deployment model as well as the requirement model. After filling these two, we need to describe the metric model. Two-component application test case does not have a metric model described, so we will go through it and try to explain as much as possible how it is done. So go to the left sidebar and double-click on metric type model diagram. I have prepared some types of metrics. So here in the palette, you have different types of metric, some composite metric context, some metric template, metric variable, and object context, some newly added in CAMEL 3.0 like window criterion and window processing, as well as some sensors and schedule. Okay, so here you can take a metric, as it's the same as the previous models, you click on your component or metric or whatever it is in this palette, and you click here in the diagram. Here in the metric variable, you can, of course, give it a name, add some annotations, specify a template. Let's see here. So here we have a template specified, the template that was created just here, so you can read it, my metric template. You can add a component, the component that were defined in the deployment model. Metric variable. And you can also add a formula or here metric context or component metric. It goes the same for row metric context. So I have already created a schedule. Here it is. And you can choose this one because it's the only one available. You can also define an object context for this row metric context. And we have created one. If I create another one, you will see it appearing here. For example, like this. And if I have to choose, I have two of them. Okay. And you can also choose a sensor. So all of these define a row metric context and define the context for row metrics. You have also the object context. The object context specify the context for metrics associated with objects. You have the schedule that you can fill with the start and end time, repetition interval. So this is a schedule. You have the sensor. The sensor specify the sensors used for measuring metrics. Here you can fill with the requirement. We have done this in the previous video when filling the deployment model. So you have to click on it. Sensor, yes. And you can also check all of these boxes to specify if those attributes are true or false. So this is the metric model. There is also something interesting, which is the constraint. In the CAMEL model, constraints are in a separate model, but in CAMEL Designer, you just they are in the same model of the metric model, for example. So if it is a metric variable constraint, just click and take your variable, you click on it, and here you can specify the constraint on this metric variable. We have finished here for the metric model, as well as all of the others. In the next video, we will show you how to fill the blanks in the previous models.